the one missing piece for Tennessee to have a successful season. And it doesn't come on the offensive side of the ball. We know about the quarterback position and why that's important. But today we're talking defense. And the one missing piece that Tennessee's going to need if they're going to take the next step forward as a program and get back to a 10-win season and potentially even a college football playoff under head coach Josh Heupel. All right, what's going on, y'all, man? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're talking about the Tennessee Volunteers, man. And we're taking a little bit of a different angle. But before we get into that angle, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video, join, and become a member today. Shout out to the 2 Tennessee fans that subscribed and followed me yesterday. Shout out to y'all, man. I told you I'm going to have more content. I'm trying to have daily content on the channel, man. Talking Tennessee Vols. One video at least a day is what I can promise. And just talk about my thoughts, opinions, what's going on with the Vols, media days, all that good stuff. Try to keep you guys informed, okay? Well, let's talk Vols. Now, we know offensive-wise, all the attention, or I'll just say not even offensively, all the attention on this team is going to be on the quarterback position, right? Because Tennessee has to hit on this. I think the last few years they've hit on this position, right? We look at what they brought on Nico Maliava. Things didn't work out. It's okay. Life happens. Stuff happens. It is what it is, right? We move on from that. Last year, they brought Joey Aguilar, who came up from UCLA. Tennessee wasn't expected to be as good last year. Tennessee wasn't expected to be a team that could compete. Still won 8 games, right? Maybe not the Tennessee standards, but I would say what the projections was and what they were expected to do was a successful season, right? Then you go Faison Brandon this year, George McIntyre, Ron Stott, who got out of the portal, right? Still a lot of unknowns there. See who emergency QB1 for the Tennessee Volunteers, all that good stuff. So 100%, that should be the primary focus, right? But the game changer for this team, right? They're going to need solid quarterback play, of course. The game changer for this team comes on the defensive side of the ball, right? And the one missing piece that they have, right, is going to be edge rusher position. Now, I think they're loaded at linebacker. Arian Carter, Amari Campbell, Edwin Spillman. Excuse me. Back end, you got Edris Farouk. You got Tyler Redmond. You know what I'm saying? And you got a bunch of pieces that's going to be ready to go. Yeah, you got to replace Blue Carter and Colton Hood and all that good stuff. But this team is very loaded on the back end of this defense. And they're going to make plays, right? And the key thing here is, when I say edge rusher, you just lost Chaz Coleman. He's gone. Bye-bye, right, for the Tennessee Vols, right? He's not coming back, right? So how do you replace that if you are Tennessee, right? Because now you're moving in a different direction, right? Now you are looking at things a little bit differently, okay? So that's not easy to replace because Chaz Coleman was supposed to be your guy. Chaz Coleman was supposed to be the one that helped you take a step forward, right, defensively. And it stung more because he came over with your new defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles, and it still didn't work out. And you paid him a hefty penny to come over from Penn State to play for you. Ultimately, just didn't work out, right? So the reason why it is Tennessee struggled, right, with, I think, at times generate pressure on the quarterback last year, right? So if you have good coverage, obviously there were some busts, different things like that. You need guys to get home, right? Throughout the last couple of years, especially in the Heupel era, they've always had a game record, right? James Pierce Jr., and everything that happened with him, obviously, personally, we won't get into that. But he had an outstanding career at Tennessee, right? You look at last year, Joshua Joseph did his thing. He's no longer there. He's in the league, okay? So who is next in line to be the game record? They got some young thoroughbreds coming down the pike that could potentially help in that category. Braden Rouse, outside edge, right? Those type of guys. But the 3 names I want to give to you guys today that you're going to have to watch for a Tennessee fan is these guys, right? And that's Jordan Norman, right? Now, he performed at a very high level, in my humble opinion, in the spring game, right? The Tulane transfer. Excuse me. I have high upside for him. I think that's why Tennessee felt okay. Like, Chaz Coleman didn't work out, but Jordan Norman flashed in the spring game. Okay? He did what he was supposed to do, made some pressures, made things difficult. You felt pretty good about that. That's number 1. Number 2, I think you got to go to the freshman that they were able to get and pretty much like not allow him to go to other school, flipped him. Carter Gooden. He also was very disruptive in the spring game, fast off the edge, getting into the backfield. He has a bright future ahead of him as well, and he flashed for you early in the early going, right? Next up is Jordan Ross, right? He's going to be another guy for Tennessee that you have to watch, right, moving forward. Now, I am concerned in terms of depth. I do want to see other players be able to step up for this team and make a difference, right? We know they got the players there, but I want to see more of an impact. I want to see more pressure garner. I want to see more difficulty, right? And I don't want to see quarterback back there calling his girlfriend, checking in when I need to be home, what I need to bring home, all that. I don't want to see that. I want to see this defensive line create havoc, right? And that is the missing piece I think this team is missing. I think they're good at linebacker to elite. I think they have a pretty good secondary that's going to be even better this year with some of those young freshmen that got playing time early, like Tyler Redmond, is going to get more PT now. Him, Sidney Walton, Dylan Lewis. Like, I think they're going to find the field more this year, whether it's in rotational roles or in certain different packages and things like that. So I'm not concerned about the secondary. I'm not even concerned about the linebackers. We need more pass rush from these ball edge rushers, right? And it's either going to be those three I mentioned, or it's going to be somebody coming down the pike, right? And the problem was last year, Tennessee gave up so many big plays, right? Yes, they would get turnovers, but they would give up so many big plays. And when their offense was rolling last year, it was rolling with five-headed monster now at the wide receiver spot. They couldn't get stops to like close out games, right? Or if the offense struggled early on, they was already in a 14-point hole, right? So to make up for that, sometimes you need a closer, right? It's so underrated for the edge rusher position to be labeled as a closer, but that's what it is. When the game's on the line, you got a 7-point lead, or you're leading by 3, you need somebody to go finish that game for you, right? You need somebody to go get pressure on the quarterback on that 3rd and long, right? Or to force a strip sack, force fumble, right? A negative play, a TFL, to sway the momentum back into your favor. That is what you need. So for Tennessee, that's going to be the question, I think, going into fall camp. Who else is going to be a guy for you off the edge, right? Who emerges there, right? Is it the same 3 that we just talked about who had pretty good springs? Or is it somebody new? Is it a new true freshman coming in there that's going to make a difference? This is a pretty good class for Tennessee. They're struggling right now in the 2027 class, right? Number 33, I think, overall by Rivals, right? Still got some guys in targets they're trying to obviously land on. But last year was a really good recruiting class, right? So can any of those players step up is the biggest question. And we're going to look that up just real quick. Okay, excuse me. According to 247, top 11, right? Number 8 overall was the ranking, right? So we're not going to go offense. We're just going to go defensive side of the ball, right? TJ White, pretty good player for you. Carter Gooden, we just talked about him. He's going to be one to watch out for, 6'3", 252 already. I love Braden Rouse. He can play outside edge and rush. He can potentially have a role as a true freshman coming in there, coming down the pike. Zach Groves is another one. We'll see, 6'4", 255. Can he have a good spring? Jordan Brees Carter was a late commitment for them in December. Between them and Georgia Tech, he ended up choosing Tennessee. That's going to be massive moving forward, you know. So they got the edge rusher. Hezekiah Harris is another really good player, right? Very underrated. I think has a lot of potential from Jameson, Alabama, right? So they got the pieces in place, right? Can any of these true freshmen make an impact? Darrell Rivers is pretty much an edge rusher for McEachern, but we'll see if they put him in majorly defensive line. But they have the pieces there. Can any of these guys make an impact this upcoming season for Tennessee? And they got a bunch of recruits, right? 32 enrollees. And any of these 32, can any of the probably 7 to 15, 7 to 10 defensive lineman edge rushers make an impact? That's going to be massive for Tennessee moving forward. It is doable, but for them to take a step forward, if they want to get where they want to go with a tough SEC slate that we talked about already, and the games they got to win. If you're going to beat the Alabamas, the Auburns, the Texas A&Ms, the LSUs, all on your schedule this year, you got to get pressure on the quarterback. That's just the bottom line. If you can't get pressure on the quarterback, you're in a world of trouble, right? Because your secondary can do what they do, right? Your linebackers can do what they do in the run game, and they can cover well. But if you're not getting the pass rush and the quarterback's back there all day, eventually the DB's going to get tired. The quarterback's going to get tired, right? And it's a split second. It's hard to cover that long. It's hard to cover 6-7 seconds a receiver. It's hard to cover running back for that long, You need pressure. So that is the one piece I think Tennessee's missing. They got players that can fill that role, but now they're going to have to get consistent production. And that's going to be the difference this year for this team. Run game, obviously, stopping the run is going to be very important. But on those critical downs, when you got to get off the field, you need them to step up. That's just the bottom line. If Tennessee wants to be good this year, that one missing piece is the defensive line, edge rusher position. They need a game record. If they have a game record this year, look the hell out. If they don't, it could be a long season for Tennessee. Regardless of what happens at quarterback, that is very important. Outside of quarterback is what I'm talking about. What's the next key position and missing piece? Pass rush. And we're going to find out this year if they can get that done and if they can figure that out. All right. That's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Appreciate you guys like, comment, subscribe. Tennessee fans, y'all know what to do, man. Y'all holla at your boy, man. I'm going to have a whole bunch of content continue to come out, talking to Vols, man, anything that I see, man. Much love to y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And always remember, it's just peace and love.